Want to make this video. I wanted to be clear about what I said on my last video. This video is about delineation, and that is a new word going on with Black Americans. When I say Black Americans, just say I mean foundational Black Americans. I don't know if I made a video about this earlier or before. Yeah, this is what it has come down to. I can give you a little history of what I've seen growing up in the early 80s in New York City. We used to go to Harlem. It was a stereotypical. You had the brothers and sisters in one corner with the turntable, with the mics, scratching, getting the power from the lamp poles. You had the Spanish cast, mostly Puerto Ricans, in the corner with the salsa. Then we'd be standing around to Patty guys, Jamaican guys walk run up to us, being cool and everything. And it was a old school Harlem cat that told us, "Look, you better watch them Jamaicans because you see how them Puerto Ricans are now. That's the way they were in the 50s and 60s when we helped them come over here. Anytime they needed something, they ran to the black community. The black clergy, Adam Clayton Powell. Then they act brand new. Then they had sustain and hatred for us. So any of these young whips, Puerto Rican talking about, yeah, Puerto Ricans and blacks, they rock together. Nah, they never did. They never did. They always had a hatred for us. So anyway, we didn't listen to him about mid '90s. He was right. I couldn't stand Jamaicans. Their arrogance. Every time he was around him, I worked around him. I lived around him. I served in the National Guard with them. National Guard. They would always rag on the U.S. And we would give them a pass. And then one day I heard a brother talk about, well, why don't you go back to Jamaica? What's keeping? Oh, we built New York, man. If it wasn't for us, New York wouldn't be what it was. You see, New York was have been here for hundreds of years. I think that the natives sold New York. I had it for $24. Black slaves built this. We wouldn't be here without you. That's that arrogance. And then Black Americans in New York, they left New York in '04. Around a few years before that, we started to shift. Our attitudes towards Jamaicans started to change. Not our attitude, our action or reaction. We start to check them on their arrogance and their tetherness. And and I go back and forth to New York 2 or 3 days a year. When I'm not, it's not a lot of Jamaicans or Black Caribbeans. But that is my little history. Again, Black people, we never did that. We only embraced brown people, Black people. I know one cat was online talking about, oh, you used to joke. He's talking about kids drinking and joking and cracking on each other. He's like 13, 14, 15 years old. After a while, Jamaicans got with the program and they got Americanized and they was doing the same thing we were doing for the most part. But was talking to the cat. He says not so much of the older Jamaicans, the new generation, the new ones. I said no, man, because the new generation gets it from the old ones. I'm 60 years old. I used to go to a friend of mine's house that was Jamaican. We used to go there and work out. He was on the football team, and I played baseball. And his mother was nasty. I mean, nasty to the point where me and a few other brothers just stopped going because we always go to each other's house and work out and whatever. But but the flip side of that, I got to be honest, his father was cool. He had two brothers. One of them was cool. One of them was standoffish. So I'm not saying it's all of them, but out of the whole family, two of them were, I think, just hate Black Americans, and two weren't. So I'm not saying it's all of them, but I'm saying if that's 2 out of 4, that's 50%. You know what I'm saying? I think it's even more like that in New York. So I'm in the South now. They don't play that bull crap because they don't have the numbers. That's what gives them strength, the numbers. I say you're strong if you can stand alone. You're strong enough if you can stand alone. And I stood alone a lot against them damn Jamaicans on the work site. I worked for UPS for 20 something years, and a lot of Black Americans just kind of go along with the program. I get it. We were from that generation where we let too much slide. It wasn't we were scared. We just saw another Black person as we didn't want to go to war with them. but it needed to be done. Now it's being done by the younger generation. I applaud them for it. They're standing on business, delineation against anybody. Black black immigrants, brown immigrants, these Africans, these Somalians, and all these disrespectful people come over here with that energy. They always come at us, and we ain't thinking about them. Anytime, excuse me, you see one of them getting at us, is we getting at them because they tried to get at us. It's a reactionary thing. Other than that, we don't care about what you do. What you do don't affect us. Stay out our business, out our reparations. Leave these democratic black replacement po- um, political people alone, politicians alone. Eric Adams, what's the one in Chicago? Forget his name. Johnson, the one in Boston. These are democratic replacement of black people. Think about it. You replace us, where we gonna go? We might move around, move to the south, to Texas, whatever. But we ain't going nowhere. But anyway, that's my little shtick on it, and I'm gonna leave it at that. 5,000.